Well, hello again, and welcome to the latest edition of my transition vlog. I seem to yet again have found myself sitting in the car talking to myself again. Well, no, I'm not really. I'm talking to you, aren't I? So you're the one that counts. Anyway, I've got a challenging weekend this weekend, quite challenging. So it's a long weekend, and basically I'm going away to the Towersey Festival, which is a folk festival that I've been going to for many years now, and I really like it. So I've sort of come down again, but this is the first time I've come here as Katie. Now, the festival itself isn't so much of a challenge. That doesn't worry me quite so much. What does worry me more is that I'm staying at a guest house, which I've known the guest house owners for many years. And they're a lovely couple, but they're a retired couple, and they've actually retired from doing the guest house now. But they just only have people in to stay who are their friends who've been coming for years, and so I've known them over the years. But just because they're of the older generation, and they're sort of say stuck in the ways, but they've got very strong views, and but I really like them. They're a lovely couple, and I just really want to try and win them over. This is the problem. And I phoned them a few months ago just to tell them about my transition. And I could tell they didn't really get it. And I asked them if they could have a look at my transition vlog, because I thought that might just help them sort of get their heads around what I'm on about. Anyway, I said I wasn't sure whether I'd be coming to Towersey as Martin or Katie. So I phoned them a couple of days ago just to sort of let them know that I would actually be coming as Katie. And I could tell that they weren't that happy about it. And it wasn't that sort of, oh, you'll be very welcome. It was, oh, well, come anyway. And I thought, oh, right. So I'm not quite sure what sort of welcome I'm going to get. And I think that when I get there, I'm going to have to sort of sit down and have quite a session with them, just trying to sort of justify who I am and why I am how I am. Which is, I find a bit annoying that I'm constantly having to do that. But it's something that I just have to do, and a lot of other trans people have to do that all the time as well. So it's just something that I'm just going to have to do. But I just hope that I can win them round, because I don't want to lose their friendship. I don't want to cut the weekend short or have to go and find somewhere else to stay, because I really like them. So I really hope that I can, when they see me, I hope I can win them round. So that's the first challenge. So that's going to be any minute now. I'm only about 2 minutes away from them. Then the second challenge, I'm going back up to Leicestershire tomorrow because I've got to photograph a wedding party. Now it's a lovely couple who've been really supportive of my transition, and they really wanted me to photograph the party as Katie. So I'm going to be doing that. So it'll be the first wedding that I will have done as Katie. In fact, the first event that I would have photographed as Katie. That's going to be a challenge doing that. So, but I'm going to do it. And then of course I've got the festival as well. And the festival, I'm not so worried about, because it's a very accepting place, lovely people there generally, anything goes, so that doesn't worry me so much. There's a lot of friends that I'll see there who I see from year to year who have never seen me as Katie before, so that again, I expect I'll be having lots of long chats and just telling them all about the journey and how it's going. But on the whole, I'm not so worried about that. I think everybody will get it, and that will be fine. But yeah, the big one is going to be the guest house owners and then the wedding. I mean, with the guest house, I could have gone to stay somewhere else. That would have been the easy way out. But have you ever known me to take the easy way out? No, let's just go for it. So, wish me luck. I'll let you know how I got on. Thanks. Well, yesterday was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I was actually had a nice greeting from the landlady, and when we first met, we just sat down and had a cup of tea, and we just talked, and I basically sort of told her my sort of life story really, and just sort of told her exactly what's been happening in this last year. And she listened, and I think it will be okay. Her husband, on the other hand, I think he feels very uncomfortable around me. So normally I used to have lots of long chats with him, but he's just sort of kept out of the way. So I think we still need to do a little bit of work with him, and hopefully after I've told my life story to his wife, she'll work on him a bit. So I really hope that's what happens. Festival wise, I didn't really meet that many people yesterday because it was quite late by the time I got in. I should be meeting more of my friends today, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'm going to go and dance in a ceilidh today. Now that's going to be a bit of a challenge in itself, because I used to love doing ceilidh dancing and just love dancing with all the other women and everything. Great, because I'm still attracted to women and it's a nice thing to do. Obviously now I'm likely to end up dancing with men, and I don't particularly want to be dancing with a load of sweaty men, but it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. And the other thing I'm going to have to get used to as a woman is queuing for the loo. Why don't festivals put on twice as many loos for women as men? It takes longer for women to do what they've got to do than men. Do the maths. But there you go. That's one of those things that women have been putting up with for years and moaning about for years, and men have never done anything about. So there you go. I'm on the side of the women now. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. So I'll do a bit of the ceilidh, and then I'm going to be going back home to then get changed, ready for the wedding in the evening, the wedding party. So here we go. We'll have another go, see how it goes today. Well, here we are again. This time I've got dressed up. I've come away from the festival, come back home just to get ready to go out and do this wedding. So the festival. First of all, I want to tell you just about the dance. I just went to a ceilidh, which is a folk dance, at lunchtime today, and I was a bit nervous for it. And I've been used to sort of dancing the man's part, and of course having to then dance the woman's part. All the positions are different, and holding is different. So that was really weird. Also, I didn't. I like dancing with women, but of course I've been used to having to sort of get up and then find a woman to dance with really quickly. And of course, it's a different story now. I just sort of sit there and just wait for the vultures to circle, and that's what happened. And then I ended up dancing with a load of sweaty men. But it seemed a bit weird to begin with, but I'm getting used to it. I did dance with some women as well, because sometimes women dance with women and men dance with men. Yeah, and that's fine. So that was good. But yeah, absolutely, that all went really well, no problem at all. But anyway, so I'm back now, and I've got dressed up. Actually, before I do tell you about the wedding, some things that I did notice. Previously when I'd been dancing, I used to sort of put my valuables in my pockets and whatever when I'm dancing, just to keep them safe. Well, with women's clothes, what is it? Why is it there's either no pockets at all, or the pockets are absolutely useless? So where do you put all your valuables? I mean, it's just crazy. So I must say, it's the first time I've ever put a credit card down my knickers. I didn't have to tell you that. Anyway, back to the wedding. So yeah, this is the first event that I will have photographed as Katie. So I'm a bit nervous. The couple have been very, very supportive and wanted me to photograph the wedding party as Katie. I'll be fine with all the candid shots, but it's the group shots that it will be interesting, because they say there's a group shot particularly of about 80 people, which is all the guests there, that they want a big shot of. And it's obvious that obviously with my voice as it is, it's a male voice. So that's going to be interesting. So anyway, I'm used to being out of my comfort zone, so here's another one to add to the list. So anyway, here we go. Wish me luck again. Well, I've just come back from doing the wedding party, and it went really well. Couldn't have gone any better. Absolutely lovely couple. Well, I knew them from before. They're fantastic. And all the guests were lovely. All went really well. I know I was really worried about doing the group shots, but again, that went well as well. No comments at all. Everybody just accepted me for who I am, and it's just brilliant. So it's a real confidence booster. So I'm so pleased that I've done it, and I'm so pleased that they sort of taught me into doing it. It's great. So now I've done that, I can do other jobs, because I can draw on this and realise that if I can do that, I can do other things. So yeah, all these firsts are brilliant, and they take a bit of courage to do it, but I'm getting there. So I'm really chuffed. So it's going to be back to the festival now. Well, I'm on my way back from Towersey Festival, and I just thought just to give you a bit of an update, just to sort of round this video off. Haven't made any progress at all with the landlady's husband of the guest house I was staying at. Basically, throughout the whole visit, he sort of pretty much kept out of his way. He didn't really talk to me at all. The few words that he did say, he called me Martin the whole time, didn't call me Katie at all. And then when we left, normally he'd sort of say goodbye and everything, but he didn't do that. He just kept out of the way. So he's obviously just not on board at all with this. But there you go. That's what it is. But the landlady herself was very sweet and very professional and yeah, made me feel welcome. So that's that part of it. Also, while I was away, a very significant family event happened, which has really knocked me for six. Unfortunately, I can't tell you about it because it involves two people that I've promised that I would keep them out of all publicity. So I'm going to keep my promise, and so unfortunately I can't tell you. But it's really knocked the stuffing out of me. But it's a type of event that many trans people have to cope with their families. But anyway, that's that side of things. Going back to the festival, the reception I've had at the festival has been great. It's been good seeing lots of my old friends, and then having lots of chats about everything. So that's been really nice catching up with them. It was a real challenge with the weather actually. On the Sunday we had really heavy rain and strong winds, and so trying to manage that with a wig has been an absolute nightmare. So that was terrible. Also, on the subject of my wig, when we were dancing in the Cayleys, there are several moves that you get where you have to go underneath arches, or there's one move in particular where you have to do like a dip and dive, where one couple holds their hand up and you go underneath, then you do the same and they go underneath, but it all happens quite quickly. And I was really worried about my wig being knocked, and it was knocked several times, but I took the precaution of putting a couple of pins in, because when it did get knocked, I didn't want to be seen on the dance floor just like adjusting my wig. So what I ended up doing was just finding a friend who I knew and who knew about me, and just asking that they could be my mirror. And they sort of said, I asked them if the wig was all right, and luckily it was. It just sort of wriggled up a little bit, but it was fine. But it's something I was really worried about. This weekend has made me realise that, I worried a lot about it. It was a challenging weekend. There was lots of things going on, and I was really worried about all the different challenges ahead. But it just proves that, often you worry about these things, but then the reality of it is not half as bad as you think it's going to be, and that's been the case with this one. I've got through this one. I've done, I've been down to the festival. I've seen the landlord and landlady of the guest house and talk with them. I've done the wedding as well. My first event that I photographed as Katie. So I've done an awful lot this weekend, and I've got through it. If I do that, I can do anything. So yeah, it's been something I needed to do. So that's it. End of a long weekend. I'm just about to drive back home now. So thanks very much. See you on the next vlog.